Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers very stubborn move on 39% shooter tabbed biggest regret. One of the frustrating aspects of the Lakers' disappointing season, even with a playoff spot secured following Tuesday's play-in win over New Orleans, is the relentless sense that the team has gotten itself into a decidedly unfavorable situation not because they lacked talent, but only because they lacked flexibility in how they handled the talent they had on hand. There is no greater case in point for that than the way that the team approached Cam Reddish, the bargain forward signed to a 2-year, $4.6 million contract this offseason. Reddish closed the season with 5.4 points per game on 38.9% shooting in 25 minutes, the kind of stats expected from a deep rotation player. But it's easy to forget that Reddish was a Lakers starter for the first 3 months of the season, and the Lakers were 19-21 when they finally pulled him from the lineup and, effectively, from the rotation. Keeping Reddish among the first 5 was noted at Bleacher Report as the biggest regret the Lakers have in 2023-24, in an article this week appropriately titled, "Every NBA Team's Biggest Regret This Season." In the article, analyst Grant Hughes wrote that when the decision was made to yank Reddish, the Lakers were 19-21 with a -0.9 net rating overall and a -2.0 with the 24-year-old on the floor. Remember, that number came with him playing mostly alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Since then, with Reddish missing time due to injury and playing a drastically reduced role when healthy, the Lakers went 28-14 and posted a +2.8 net rating. Rui Hachimura, who eventually took over for Reddish in the first unit, has been a two-way key to LA's second-half surge. It was, indeed, odd that Lakers coach Darvin Ham insisted on sticking with Reddish even as the team played better without him. He is a solid defender but not much of an offensive threat, and his presence gummed up the works for LA. It was always a little strange that they stuck with him, even to the point of it being stubborn for Darvin to keep running him out there, one Western Conference assistant coach said. It's a situation where it was almost like the front office was set on giving him a half season and then deciding to make the change. Someone was being very stubborn with it. Because once the decision was made to pull him, that was it, he got hurt, and he did not come back. A strong second half and a reconfigured Lakers rotation is among the big positives the team can carry into its playoff rematch against the Nuggets, the number 2 seed in the West. The Lakers played the Nuggets in the postseason last year, and lost badly. They were swept in the conference finals. The Nuggets went on to win the NBA championship. It's not going to be an easy go-round this time, either. It's the defending champion, James said. They know what it takes. They know how to win. They've been extremely dominant on their home floor over the last few years. They've got an MVP on their team. They've got a closer on their team. They've got high-level players, high IQ players. And they've got a hell of a coach. So, we have to play mistake-free basketball. Make it tough on them. They're going to try to make it tough on us, obviously. But if we can play as great of a game as we can play, and they're going to play as great of a game as they play, it's going to come down to 1 or 2 possessions. And we'll see who executes then. Breaker sign guard drafted by LA Lakers last season. A Kiwi-born basketballer who the LA Lakers selected in the 2023 NBA draft has signed a 1-year deal with the B&Z Breakers. 21-year-old Mojave King was born in Dunedin to a Kiwi mom and an American father, who played professional basketball himself for the Otago Nuggets. Named after the Mojave Desert, King moved to Australia at 4 years old and has previously played NBL for the Cairns Taipans and Adelaide 36ers. The shooting guard will join the Breakers after a season with the Indiana Mad Ants in the NBA G League. King is an exalted company with NBA champion and Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks and Kiwi Hoops icon Steven Adams, the only other New Zealand-born basketballers previously selected in the NBA draft. I've signed with the Breakers because I've had some excellent conversations with head coach Modi Maor, says King from his Indianapolis base. Modi is a big reason why I decided to sign. His vision and the way he's going to try to make the team play next season is everything I want to be a part of in my basketball career. Maor, entering his 6th season with the B&Z Breakers, has established himself as one of the NBL's premier coaches. He has a proven reputation for advancing the skills of all basketballers who sign for the club. In King, he sees another player who will only get better by playing a season in the NBL for the Breakers. We are betting that Mojave's best basketball is ahead of him. He's been in the process of finding the right basketball home for some time, says Maor. We feel there is much more to Mojave on both sides of the court. He has incredible natural gifts, size, feel, shooting, and athletic abilities, but they haven't been consistently displayed in a winning basketball environment yet. King brings to the Breakers the experience of playing 56 NBL games with the Taipans and 36 years across 2 seasons. His best performance was a 25-point haul against the Brisbane Bullets in 2021. His best performance against the Breakers was 15 points for the 36 years in Hobart 2 years ago. King has averaged 19.7 minutes of game time over 45 games across 2 seasons in the G League, scoring 6.7 points and 3.4 rebounds each time he stepped onto the court. He admits he is determined to improve those numbers at the Breakers. A big thing for me coming to the Breakers will be to improve my consistency, he says. Modi has a really clear vision of how he wants to use me, and it aligns with the things that are important to me. Maor is also convinced he can get consistently good performances out of King. There's a wealth of untapped potential, which is something that we are very interested in seeing inside our system and environment, he says. King is the 4th player signed to the 11-man Breakers roster for NBL 25. He joins Mark signing and All-NBL first-teamer Parker Jackson Cartwright, new Kiwi signing Sam Menenga, and returning Dane Pineau. More player announcements are expected in the coming weeks, and the squad is expected to assemble for the first time in early August in Auckland. Anthony Davis connected to Knicks amid rumors of major Lakers shakeup. Anthony Davis has been linked to the Knicks amid rumors of major roster changes if LA loses to Denver in the first round of the playoffs. If the Lakers decide their current core has run its course and opt to trade Davis, their best bet would be making a deal with New York, according to an anonymous NBA general manager who spoke with Heavy Sports' Sean Devaney. When you look at it, if you're serious about trading Davis at some point, then you need to accomplish a few things, the GM said. You have to get him somewhere he wants to be. He wants to be a Laker. So if you trade him, you have to do right by him, send him to a good team in a good market. You don't want to burn any bridges with Clutch Sports, Davis's representatives. You need a team willing to take on his money. Because it's a lot. And you need a team who can load you up with draft picks. There's really one team that fits all of those, and that's the Knicks. It would not be hard to make a deal work there. You can line up the salaries. You can package a ton of picks. You can throw in a young player. You can take on a salary the Lakers might not want. I mean, he is one player and you can get a huge haul here. Devaney noted that trading Davis would be complicated by his $177 million extension that kicks in for 2025 to 26. Additionally, a Davis trade can only come to fruition if the Lakers decide it's time to blow it up. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Anthony Davies? Leave your opinion in the comments.